This episode of Nerds Gone Rogue is brought to you by Killers. All John ever wanted was to be normal, but the grisly murder of his parents when he was just a child left something terrible brewing inside him. John was a killer, a fact he'd accepted as he now lived on the streets, looking for a place he belonged in this world. On a night that seemed like fate, while on a train heading west, a stranger intervenes as John is on the verge of his most recent crime. His name is Professor James Conrad, and he asks John to come live with him and a group of young serial killers he has taken under his wing. Together they search for a purpose in their murderous ways. It isn't long after a new sadistic serial killer begins to terrorize Seattle, and throwing a wrench into all they are trying to accomplish. Time seems to be running out for the group to find the answers they are searching for. Where will they go? What is their purpose? And with the killing closing in, who will survive the night? Written by C. Benjamin Doyle, Killers is available now on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Get your copy today.
Hello everybody, welcome to Arsenal X, NGR Radio's Xbox podcast. As always, we threw up the X. Yes. Because we're about to throw down. I'm your host, Eddie V. Joining me is my wise Wisconsinite, Mr. Jesse Douglas.
Hello there, good sirs.
And Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
Thanks for pointing the right way this time, Ed.
Yes, I did it. Yes.
You did.
We have a lot of news. So we're not going to have our Arsenal Exchange this episode because on some shows, we really didn't have anything to talk about news-wise.
Yeah, there's so much news. There's, like, in the Xbox space, there's so much.
So much, yes. But as always, we're going to get into what's been in our arsenal. I'm actually going to start. I'm just going to focus more on Xbox for this time because I know since we got a lot of news, we got a lot of time to cover. So for me, I've been playing Ikaruga, Geometry Wars, Battle Chasers, Night War. I believe that's the name of it. Gears of War 2, Gears of War 4. Hopefully I'll be jumping sooner to Quantum Break and some other games. I have some downtime for a while, so I'm going to be trying to be doing some of my backlog and finishing up that. But that's pretty much just sticking to Xbox is what I've been playing. Corey, what have you been playing?
Well, in the Xbox space, I've kind of just been playing games with you guys. Well, I mean, we finished up our season of Pod and Play with Hellblade and Rise of the Tomb Raider, and those games, those are two very, very special games for two very, very different reasons. But if you own an Xbox, you should buy both of those games. And I know Rise of the Tomb Raider is on Game Pass now, so I mean, if you have Game Pass, you have no excuse to not play it. Like, that game is... Look, I've played that opening cinematic probably 4 or 5 times now, because just from, like, recording stuff or doing whatever with it. And, like, when you're going through that first kind of temple, not the opening scene with the mountain, but the one where where you are in the, like, the desert area, and you climb up this... these ledges, and you go into this kind of ruins, and you find the Greek thing that kind of shows you, like, oh, if you study these things, you get to up your language, your Greek or whatever, and it helps you kind of progress through the game. There's a quote secret entrance out the back, and when you rip the bricks out, and she's walking through, and she puts her hand up because it's so bright, and then once the light fades away, and you just see the temple in the mountain, right?
Yes.
It's one of the most breathtaking scenes I think I've seen this generation in games. Like, no joke. And I know Uncharted has great scenery, and I know Zelda is a fantastic game in its own right, but like I told you, Ed, there's nothing more beautiful than someone that does great environments correctly, and Crystal Dynamics nailed it, man. That
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then Hellblade, like, in its own right, like those environments are beautiful too in its own way.
It's just so luscious.
And like the way they just kind of handle everything in that game is just, look, I mean, I know that game's not for everybody, but the themes that it tackles and what the game is really trying to do, and does it for the most part very successfully, is like, that is a fantastic game, and I kind of want to have Jesse White on here at some point to talk about that game as well, because, like, you know, he kind of knows that game better than any of us right now, and like
I still must have a more optional opinion. That's a game that we'll be talking about once I finish it.
Yeah, and so like that game is very special, and I know we're gonna the game's actually in the news section, so we'll save it for then. But that game is so fantastic, and just the art direction and the design and the puzzles and everything in that game is just it's so good.
Yes.
We finished Halo 3 for squad goals, so those episodes will be posting soon. Halo 3 is such a fun game, dude. Like, that driving section at the end.
Took forever.
I think we need to just have someone in our squad that just knows how to drive, because nobody knows how to drive. And then, like, when we were flying the not the Pelicans, but the little, like, helicopter things, and like, we are kind of like on this, stranded on this one, like, side of the mountain temple thing. All of a sudden I just see Ed fly in, like, boom. I'm just like, oh well, there goes our ride, because that just blew it up.
No, I didn't blow. No, I didn't.
It blew up, man. It was on fire.
Yeah, because remember we had to take the other one that a computer was flying, I think.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, what happened was that you guys somehow lost shores, because this is when we found the store.
Yeah, that's
you guys had lost shores, and I'm the one that still had mine, because I had landed. Like, I had to find a place where to land at, and so
that's right.
And so Corey ended up taking mine because he was flying, and then me and you got on the other side, and then Corey did the rest of the mission with us. I didn't blow mine up.
Yeah, that's right, because I remember now. I was flying mine, and I was trying to figure out how to like shoot the weapons or something, and I think I accidentally hit the button to jump out of the vehicle, and so I just abandoned it.
What else have I been playing on Xbox? Halo 5. Been playing a lot of that multiplayer lately. I've been playing a lot of multiplayer games lately. Like competitive, well, not competitive in a loose term. Halo 5 is great. Like, it's just, you know, sometimes we talk about on the show how we think Halo needs to evolve in the multiplayer space, and like, do they need to add perks? Do they need to add attachments to the weapons? Do they need to add some sort of progression system? And like, sometimes it's nice just to go in there and know the weapons, and you just go in there and you just, you know, okay, I found a battle rifle. I know this is going to give me 3 shots every time. I know that it's got 72 bullets. I know my way around this map a little bit. So like, let's just use the battle rifle. Or if you find the DMR or the SMG, like, I'm like, oh, okay, the SMG is a little bit more powerful in Halo 5, so I switch it out for my pistol, so when someone comes in close range, I switch it up and just unload on them, you know? And it's just, sometimes that simplicity is kind of all you need, you know, and you kind of unlock armor and helmets and stuff as you go, and skins for your weapons. But I don't know, we've had so much talk about progression and stuff, and that it's like, it's sometimes just nice to go in there and know that weapon system is just going to be simple.
Yeah, well, and I'll be honest that like, after Halo 3, I didn't really enjoy playing multiplayer nearly as much, because of the fact that, like, I felt like the multiplayer system was one of those things where it's like, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it, kind of thing. And I couldn't get into the whole having the different kinds of power-ups that you could choose in the beginning, you know, like having the different kinds of systems that you could have for each character or whatever. I actually preferred just being able to find the power-ups on the map, and if you want to use them, you can. Like, that simplicity of the original Halos is like what, you know, like, because I started off playing like Unreal Tournament and games like that on PC. Like when I was a PC gamer, like that's what I played, was like the more basic stuff. And like still to this day, they're like people still like that arena style stuff. And I think Halo did a good job of kind of bringing the arena style, but also kind of mixing it with like your, you know, like the Call of Duty type, you know, like where like anyone can be interested in it. Yeah. So I don't know. I just yeah, it's one of those games that I like that they upgraded weapons and they can do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it kind of, Halo is just one of those that I think should just kind of stay the way it is because it works, you know, and it doesn't need to be fixed really.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I really I know what you're saying, and I agree with you. But speaking of like kind of simplified multiplayer games, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch also. Overwatch, I kind of got back into that and downloaded it on my Xbox now and kind of...
Oh, you do? Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
we have to play that sometime then,
oh,
because I have it. And
you have Overwatch?
I have it.
Oh, yes,
yeah, I've had it forever. It's just I don't have anyone to play with.
Oh my gosh!
And it's one of those games that you need to have people to play with it.
Yeah,
you know, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be honest.
You have another squad, Ghost. Corey.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we have to play some Overwatch sometime next weekend. Oh, thank you. But yeah, man, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch too, and kind of I'm trying out some different heroes than I'm used to, but like I always go back to like Lucio and Reinhardt because I'm like I know how to use these characters, and I don't want to be that guy that's like the new guy, you know, because like my Xbox level is terrible. You know, I got in one session I got 3 loot boxes. That's how low my level is. So I'm just like. Okay.
Yeah,
fair.
I'm sure I'll get a lot of stuff because I really haven't played it much at all.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, fair. So I've been playing that, and then the big game that my new obsession is PubG. I mean, I played 2 matches by myself, and I was like, okay, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Like and I didn't really understand the loot progression system. And then I played last night with Jesse after we finished Halo. What time did we finish Halo? Like 1:30 last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
like
time.
That.
1:30 my time. So it would be like 12:30 your guys' time. And
yeah.
We started playing PUBG. We literally played PUBG till 4:30 in the morning. I was like, I was awake, and I was like, I want to keep playing, but I know if I don't go to bed right now, I'm not getting up in the morning, and my day will be trash. So, yeah, PUBG is awesome. Playing with Jesse last night and kind of like him kind of walking me through like, okay, you need to pick up a backpack so you can carry more items. I was like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, let's find backpacks. And then like, you know, learning how, you know, the vests and the helmets kind of they actually give you stats that increase your defense. I'm like, oh yeah, well that makes sense now. And like the attachments for the guns, it's very, for a game that you go in and you don't get to keep anything, like it's very deep and very systematic, and it was God, man, I just want to keep playing. Like I want to end the show right now and play before I go to bed. Like,
yeah. Well, it's crazy how much it's almost like an MMO, like in a lot of ways. Like you you'll find outfit pieces that have a stat that will, up your defense, and you can mix and match them, and they won't, all look pretty together always, but you need them in order to be able to last longer, Yeah. So it's a lot like playing like a Skyrim or something like that, where you want to find the better outfits, and I think everything the highest is level 3. Because I know the level 3 helmet is the one you see the guy wearing on the main, the main picture, that welding mask or whatever type thing. So
yeah,
but yeah, it's weird. It's crazy. There's so much going on in that game. Yeah,
we recorded a bunch of squad goals, and they're actually uploading right now in the other room. But like, we had so many hilarious deaths. Like, that's part of the fun too, is like, you're gonna die, and so it's just like when and where and how, and then that's what comes out of the games, is like when we were hiding in that bedroom and we were waiting for that guy to come, because we heard the guy walking around outside, and he comes through the bedroom, and we were like, we're gonna just like shoot him down, and both of our guns were set to single bullet instead of auto. And I had an assault rifle, and you had like an Uzi or something?
Yeah, an Uzi.
And like, I was like, oh crap, and we almost didn't take him down, and then as I was healing Jesse, like, did I heal you all the way?
I think you just revived me, and then literally I started healing, I think, myself with some stuff I had or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
that guy with the grenade, Jesse saw this guy walking around outside, and he chucked a grenade in the window, and we died.
Yeah, I could just see like this hair, like this head, like bobbing on the outside of the window, like the lower bottom part of the window. I'm like, oh crap, there's a guy out there. And then next thing I know, like, he threw a grenade through the window, and he's just sitting there watching us blow up. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
And then next thing we know, we were both dead.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And then maybe the best / worst death is when Jesse flipped a motorcycle. It landed on us, and we died.
I may have been giving it a little too much gas.
You know what? Whatever. The cool thing though is like those buggies are cool. And then we found this like yellow, like driving Miss Daisy car. And we drove into the woods and kind of hid behind it when we were that was probably like our best game when we were in like the final 12, I think.
Yeah. It was we were role playing. I was or you were Batman, and I was
yeah, I was like, to the Batcave, Alfred. He just drove me.
Yeah, I was a chauffeur.
Wow.
It was awesome. But that's kind of all I've been playing. We had so many good stories and so many fun times in Squad Goals. You just got to watch those episodes. They're so much fun.
All right. So Jesse, what's in your arsenal?
Yeah, I've been playing Battle. Yeah, the PubG, and then I did pick up State of Decay a little bit, the first one, just because I'm getting excited for part 2 to come out. I can't wait, because like, as much as I like the first one, like even some of the like the add-on stuff that they added to it, like I couldn't really get into it. I just rather prefer playing the original game that that was a released day one. Like I think it's just too, like, you've got to be in the mood for that kind of game, and I just right now I've been so consumed by playing Far Cry 5 and stuff. Like, that's kind of been my game, like the open world game for me to play right now, when I just want to fool around and have fun and stuff like that. So I've been playing Far Cry 5, and and then we finished Halo 3 this weekend, and see, what else was I playing? I'm trying to think. Think there was something else.
I can't wait for our next game. I cannot wait for our next campaign playthrough. Can't wait, man.
Yeah, it just, playing games with you guys, period, is just a lot of fun. But yeah, like the Halo games and stuff.
We gotta get Ed in on Battle Royale. I just want to see it. I just want to see it. I don't care if you stick with it. I just want to see like 1 or 2 matches.
Oh, I know what else I played too. That's right, Sea of Thieves. I played that and had a very anticlimactic end to to that game the other day before we started recording our other stuff. Like I did a raid with some just random people and we literally went through all the waves of the skeletons and opened up the door to get all the chests and stuff like that, and some dude must have shot himself out of a cannon from a boat, because we seen this boat, we're watching it and we're like, well, are they going to come this way, and so the one guy stayed on the boat, and he must have got shot out of the cannon and then swam all the way over. So while we're doing this wave of these skeletons, dude shot himself out of a cannon from really far away and then just swam all the way there to so then that way he would go under the radar. We wouldn't really know, because they weren't that close to be worried about it. And so then he came onto our boat, and the guy must have missed him coming onto our boat, and dude grabbed one of our gunpowder or exploding barrels that we had on our boat, and he put it on our boat and then shot it. So then it blew big holes in our boat, and as we were trying to load up the loot from doing the raid, they ended up taking our boat out. So then I was the only one left there at the island where all of our stuff's floating in the water, and I'm trying to grab it out of the water and then drop it on the shore, and then they're trying to get into the boat, after it respawned, and quick try to sail back over to where I was. But it was too late, because the guys that took our boat out already had came, and they took me out because I was there by myself. And so we ended up losing all the loot, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm out. I got to go record the show anyway. But yeah, so that kind of sucked. So I didn't end up getting anything out of that play. But that's the thing, though. That's the game. I don't really get mad about it, because that's just the way that the game's supposed to be played. So, props to the dude that took our ship out. I mean, he he showed that he was the better pirate. So, but so yeah, I've been trying to get back and playing Sea of Thieves every once in a while. So I'm definitely gonna probably try to pick it up again next week sometime.
Yeah, I need to play that again. Maybe we could do a squad goals with that next week, just check out that new content they're dropping, or check out that raid that you did, or
Yeah.
Well, and I know Larry had mentioned something about wanting to play with us from World 1-1, so that would be kind of cool. We could do a crossover World 1-1 Arsenal X, play that a little bit and record.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that would give us a full crew too. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we could all learn together.
Learning together. No, okay. It's giving.
So yeah, but that's pretty much all I've been playing for Xbox. I mean, there's some stuff for Switch, but you guys can listen to Pow Block. We got a lot. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes. So we're going to get into our Arsenal news. There was really a lot, so I'm going to actually start off with some good news. Rainbow Six Siege has brought in 30 million players, and this story comes from Destructoid. Ubisoft is feeling good today, for they have word that Siege has brought in 30 million players across all platforms. They released a statement saying, on behalf of the entire team, we wanted to thank every member of our diverse global community for the support of our game, says brand director Alexandra Remy. Our players are the most valuable element to our game. Over the last 3 years, we have endeavored to create a solid community built on transparency as we grow and evolve the ever-expanding world of Rainbow Six Siege. Echoing prior comments about the title's long-term post, Ubisoft says that the development team's vision is to bring 100 operators to the game for the years to come. That sounds like a logistical nightmare to sort out, but as long as people keep playing, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Fair.
So, congratulations to Ubisoft and Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, another game I thought I would never get into, and I am trying to find time to play more of it, because when we played that little bit, I was like, man, I'm hooked. This is how look, PubG, this is the PubG version of how PubG compares to Fortnite. Rainbow Six is to Overwatch, where Overwatch is super accessible, and the class-based stuff really helps, and you have to know what characters do what, but you can still go in and have a good time. Whereas when we were playing PUBG, I felt super we had to be super tactical and super quiet and really try to make our way around. And that's how I kind of feel Rainbow Six is. You have to know the operators and what their main goal is. And you may suck for a while, but once you get the attachments and learn the characters and find a good mix of, okay, these characters match up well together, these operators match up well, and this map requires this operator because this operator works better with his skill set. I liked it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad this game has legs so I can jump in and keep playing.
Yeah, well, they said that it's going to be around for quite a few more years. So
yeah,
yeah,
10 years it will have been around for by the time they say that they're done with it. So
yeah. Well, we're going to move on to the next story. Speaking of PUBG,
Ed just glosses over his Rainbow Six stuff. He didn't even comment on it.
What do you have anything to say about it, Jesse?
No, not really. I'm just glad that it's being recognized and it's I have a feeling that this is how Sea of Thieves is going to basically be exactly a lot like this, where it's going to start out pretty basic and not people having kind of not really caring too much for it and stuff like that, and it'll get an overhaul and stuff over time, and now it's become I've always thought since day one that Siege was one of the best shooter games I've ever played, but now it's more people are recognizing just how how good it is and how different and unique it is compared to anything that's really come out before it. So
okay, well, second player unknown's battleground map Miramar comes to Xbox One in May. During the panel at PAX East, the titular player unknown himself, Brandon Green, confirmed that PUBG's second map will be coming to Xbox One next month. The desert map Miramar has been available on PC since December, with the team working hard to get it ported to the Xbox One version, which is following a different content and balanced roadmap. While the PC version launches it to 1.0 and out of early access with the release of Miramar, it's not clear if the map heralds the same thing on Xbox One. The rest of the Player Unknown's Battlegrounds panel was a celebrity-filled match of the game with electronic musician and apparently PUBG superfan Deadmau5 sitting with Green and Microsoft Larry Major Nelson Harburg talking about and playing the game. Herb lent his account to Deadmau5 as the artist displaying this love for the game. So, but yeah, that's going to be coming next month. I know you guys are probably excited to get into it.
I just know the Deadmau5 PubG helmet that was there at PAX was awesome. They had like the Dead Mouse helmet there, like a physical version of it, and like it had the eyes were just the Xbox logo, and they lit up, and then they had like a motorcycle, like a modified motorcycle helmet from PubG, but it was a little bit bigger because it had to be rounder or whatever, and then it had two frying pans for ears.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, because the frying pans are one of the things that you can get as a melee weapon in the game.
Yeah.
So that, you know, like you can, those big cast iron frying pans that have like the little pour things on each side.
Yeah, it was cool. It was awesome.
Have you guys seen the Xbox, the specialty Xbox Ones that they had, where you had the one that had the PUBG the Dead Mouse helmet on it and everything like that? Yeah, those look so awesome.
I didn't win one. I didn't win one at PAX. I entered to win because they had a Sea of Thieves one, a State of Decay one, a PUBG one, and then what was the fourth one? It might have been I think they had two Sea of Thieves ones there, but I didn't win any of them. But they were all Xbox One X's, and they were all really cool.
Yeah, I really wanted the State of Decay 2 one too. That one.
Yeah.
Either that one or the Sea of Thieves one were my favorite. But.
Yeah. Oh, they were so cool.
Yes.
But anyways.
Yeah, I'm staying away from PUBG. I
know it's not your type of game, Ed, but I just want you to play it with us for squad goals because I just want to hear you complain the whole time.
I would literally have to be drunk to be like playing PUBG or Overwatch or even buy those games.
Well, you got that fancy Sea of Thieves cup. You might as well use it.
Ninja Theory is aiming to donate Hellblade Xbox One money to Mental Health America. You know, I'm just going to just fast on that.
Fair.
Ninja Theory has announced that they'll be donating upwards of $50,000 to Mental Health America, depending on whether the sales to the Xbox One version of Hellblade hit certain thresholds. Developer has set up 2 tiers for the first week sales of Hellblade on Xbox One until April 18. The first tier, a $25,000 donation, is achieved if the game breaks 50,000 sales in the first week. Similarly, the donation amount doubles if the sales do as well, warranting a 50,000 donation for 100,000 copies sold. And these aren't just the rest of these news stories are coming from Game Informer, just to let everybody know. But I think that's cool that Ninja Theory is aiming to donate. And I think if they even if they don't get their goals, I think they should still donate because a lot of people are happy to be picking this game up on Xbox One.
I mean, look, I am really pushing this game, right? Like we played it for Pod and Play. We talk about it constantly. Buy this game. Like buy this game. If you can afford to buy a game in the next few months or in the next few days or whatever, like it's only $30. Buy it. Like it's worth your time. Even if it's not the type of game that you like to play, you will appreciate what this game is trying to do. You know, and I know, like, just I don't know, just buy this game. It's so good. It's such a compelling character, and the technology behind the game, and like just the story behind this game in general is just if and when I can, like I'm trying really hard to save up for an Xbox One X before my baby comes. So like I'm kind of putting money towards that right now. But like this game is going to be purchased on an Xbox platform by me. So like just please buy this game. And the fact that like look, Ninja Theory is a smaller studio, and this was a passion project for them. Like I know that they've done big games, but that's a lot of money for a studio that is kind of riding on a lot by publishing their own game. You know, that's a lot of money. $25,000 and $50,000. That's someone's salary. You know, like they're doing a good thing. So please help them achieve this goal. You know.
And what day, I forget. Sorry, what day does the show come?
Wednesday.
Is it released?
Wednesday.
Okay, crap. Okay, because but the sale would have ended tomorrow, but it's on sale right now for like I think $27 or 20.
Yeah, it's 10%.
Yeah,
it's 10% off, I think.
Yeah, but I think that sale ends by Tuesday night, Wednesday.
I hope they extend it to Friday because I feel like to the 18th, like that's kind of short.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they extend this to at least Friday, but a lot of people get paid that day too. And I know people are going to be picking up God of War that day, but it would still be good giving people a chance to pick that game up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I plan on picking it up next week if possible, because I think I have like over $8 in credit right now on my Xbox. You know, from buying games and stuff like that. You know, you get the credits at the end of the cycle or whatever. So,
okay. Well, we're gonna move on because Xbox has a lot of backwards compatibility coming and some updates for Xbox One enhancements. So, there's 360 games that has received Xbox One X enhancements that came out April 10th. So if you guys have a OX, Darksiders, Gears of War 2, Portal 2, Red Dead Redemption, Sonic Generation, and Star Wars: The Force Unleashed has all been enhanced for Xbox One X. I believe they're all got the 4K going on for it, and a lot of people saying Red Dead Redemption in 4K is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
On the 17th of this month, original, or by the time you guys see this, Blinks the Time Sweeper, Breakdown, Conquer, Live and Reloaded, The Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, Hunter, The Reckoning, Jade Empire, Panzer Dragoon, Orta, and SSX3 will all be available to play on your Xbox One. On the 26th, Destroy All Humans, Full Spectrum Warrior, Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction, MX Unleashed, Panzer Elite Action, Field of Glory. But that one is only for Europe. Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lord, and Star Wars Republic Commando will be backwards compatible. For me, for this list, it's definitely Jade Empire and Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. I own both of those games, and they are fantastic.
Yeah, destroy all humans and Mercenaries. Both of those games, I wish we would get new versions of those games.
Well, I know Mercenaries got a sequel.
Yeah,
but I didn't know how well it performed or anything.
Yeah, wasn't it on 360 or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember playing it, and I if I remember correctly, it wasn't that bad, but it's just kind of like one of those things where they really haven't touched the franchise anymore, really. So
yeah,
I think it's because of League. There's I think whoever owned it or made them doesn't exist anymore, or someone owns the rights to it that isn't going to do anything with it or whatever. It's like one of those situations, but yeah. I think it got bought up actually in one of those purges where a company broke up and sold certain things to other areas, and it got all broken up or something like that, I think. I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, and Destroy All Humans was always a fun game.
Yeah, that game is so dumb. It's dumb in the best way possible.
Yeah. It's like a lot of those type of games where it's just so overly cheesy and weird that it makes it fun.
Yeah.
Corey, do you have any games that you're interested from this list?
I mean, I'll probably check out a few of them. Nothing oh my gosh, I gotta play this. Like Jade Empire and Knights of the Republic 2 are two of the games that I like I want to check out just because I want to see how original Xbox backwards compatibility like kind of looks. I mean, I've played Psychonauts and Black. Those games both look good, but I mean they're original Xbox games. You like they always look better in your head, and then when you go back to play them, they're like, ugh. Like Psychonauts. Yeah. Psychonauts holds up because it's got a great art style, but like you go to Black and you're like, whoa. Jeez.
Yeah.
You
Man,
focus
like the guns feel good. The guns feel good to shoot, and like the sound design is awesome for that time period.
And that was the problem. That they focus so much on that in their interviews and stuff, but when it came to the game,
but like when you're like, it's literally like, hey, a gray alleyway with some geometry that's supposed to look like cars. Oh, enemy standing behind geometry that looks like cars. Oh, yeah, duck, shoot. It's just like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of people think Black was like this amazing shooter, and it was not at the time.
So
like it's
average.
Just not.
Yeah.
So, and then I remember that studio did another game after Black for 360 called Body Count, and everybody was like, "It's by the makers of Black. It's gonna be awesome." And that game got like 4s and 5s. I was like, "Oh yeah, well."
And
then nobody ever heard of it again.
Was it Criterion?
I don't remember. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
I don't remember. Yeah, like I liked Black for what it was. Like I think like Bulletstorm is almost kind of like in a way is very similar to what Black like was kind of going for.
Yeah, but Bulletstorm had good mechanics and it was fun.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's like I could see something because like didn't Bulletstorm like recently get an upgrade or something like that? Wasn't there something from Bulletstorm?
They did like a remaster with Duke Nukem in it because like they had they did like the main campaign, and then they were like, hey, what if we changed all the dialogue in the campaign and let you play as Duke Nukem? And it was like, yeah. No.
So, well, we're gonna move on. Everybody, this is mind-boggling, but Destiny 2 update roadmap was released, and War My DLC coming May 8th. Bungie has released a development roadmap for upcoming DLC and updates for Destiny 2. In the process, they let slip preparation plans for Destiny 2's next big piece of DLC. Season 3 begins on May 8th, launching alongside Warmind, Destiny 2's second DLC expansion. While Bungie didn't detail Warmind yet, they have announced a reveal stream for the game on April 24th on Twitch. Bungie's short description does reference new enemies, however, which should hopefully remedy the game's issues with enemy variety, even if only a slight alleviation. The development roadmap also finally dates the weapon slot changes, now planned for September. Crucible changes are also coming soon, with all the maps for each expansion going into the same pool. This should significantly improve matchmaking, as it means more people are trying to join the same kind of match. Furthermore, Bungie elucidated on their plans for Season 4, likely to begin this fall. And here's a statement from them. Our goals for these features are to give you more control over how you configure your loadouts in Destiny 2 and give you more reasons to play the game over time, Bungie wrote. We also want to bring back those exciting moments when you acquire the perfect weapon. To make this happen, updates like weapon randomization, weapon slot changes, gear collection, and records will be delivered to all players. And the room has gone silent.
No, I was just waiting for someone to say something. I don't know. I mean, I'll play through the campaign, the new campaign. I mean, Destiny's fun. Just there's not content worth like grinding out for stuff. So like, I mean, look, I'm at the level cap with my Warlock. I'm almost there with my Titan on PlayStation. Like, I'll play the new campaign. Like, the campaigns are fun, the story's fun. I'm just like, but like I'm just there's other games that have piqued my interest at this point, and I know the Destiny campaigns are it's gonna take probably 3 hours to complete. So that would be 9 hours with 3 characters. I'll play through it just so I can be caught up. But like, you know, I want to wait and see, because like the changes they're making to the game are good changes, but they're not enough, you know, and I don't think we're going to see the major changes until the fall when they're going to have to do a Taken King style relaunch of the game, because their community has moved on. Look, the games as a service model has caught up to Destiny now with Fortnite, PubG, Rainbow Six, Division, Ghost Recon, even. Like, you know, these games as a service have caught up, and now, you know, Destiny is struggling to keep up with them. So
yeah.
Jesse, do you plan on returning to Destiny 2?
I'll be honest, I'm kind of interested in, you know, a little bit in like some of the changes. For me, like, I'm hoping maybe that, you know, some of the issues that I've had will be fixed, you know, with this. Like, cause honestly, I didn't have like a lot of issues, but there's just certain things that just bummed me out, you know, to the point of where I just couldn't really, because, like, you know, starting the game off, I really enjoyed it, but once I got to a certain point and was having issues with, like, always getting the same, like, useless weapons that I didn't want, and like, I understand that it's supposed to be random and you're supposed to put all this time in to try to get better weapons, but I just, like, I felt like they could, that's fine, but they could at least give me a variety, like, because I have guns that are in that class that are super, you know, powerful, or the light levels are up or whatever, you know, so that's fine, because I can fuse them into the, you know, the one. So it's just like I was having troubles not getting, like, the assault rifles. I like literally haven't gotten any assault rifle that was worth having, you know, like, for your regular, I forget, what is it, the kinetic class or whatever it's called, like, where it's just ammunition and not a magic based gun. Yeah, like, I wasn't getting any of those, like, assault weapons in that class. They would all be for the other stuff, and you know, the magic based or whatever. And I had played for hours and hours and hours, and I still was not getting them. And it's just like, seriously, do they, like, not exist? Like, I know they exist, and it's like, you know, I just was getting frustrated, because that's all I wanted. Because like, my setup is I want to have an assault weapon for my kinetic class, and then, like, the other, like, more, like, sniper type, you know, like, more
like
single shot
rifle
type of guns. Yeah, like that kind of stuff for my secondary. Because I want to have one that I can use kind of in close mid-range combat, and then one for more long-range combat.
Yeah, there.
And I just was getting upset because it just wouldn't drop that kind of weapon type. Very much so.
Yeah, they're gonna. From you know, what I've been trying to keep up with in the Destiny communities, they're making all kinds of changes to where you can, like, the weapon placement, where, like, in Destiny 1 you had the primary, secondary, heavy, you know, and shotguns and sniper rifles kind of occupied that secondary slot, which, you know, I didn't really care for, because I actually like how Destiny 2 is set up, where I can have 2 quote-unquote primary weapons, and then I can roll a shotgun or grenade launcher in that heavy slot, or power slot, whatever, you know, and I like what you like. You know, I like having that assault style weapon in one spot and scout rifle in the other. I usually roll the assault rifle in the energy slot, where I use Nameless Midnight in the kinetic slot. But you know, I look when you're still using, if you're what, how far are we in this life cycle? September, we're like 8 months into this game's life cycle now, and in the various spots where I've checked back in, I'm still using games or weapons that were available that first week, like Nameless Midnight and Uriel's Gift. I'm still using those weapons, and Hawthorne's shotgun. Like, those were all weapons I acquired within the first 2 weeks of the game being launched, and I'm still using them because they're still the best weapons in the game. Still,
that's a problem.
And like, it's not even worth wasting a weapon slot on an exotic weapon because the legendary weapons are better. Like, that's been an issue, an ongoing issue. So, like, you know, they're making these little changes. You know, time to kill is faster. They're bringing back 6v6 in the Crucible, which is better for everyone, I think. And they're doing Iron Banner better. I don't know if Iron Banner is going on this week or last week or whatever, but, like, you know, they're doing 6v6 control now again. Like, they're making the changes that the community wants. But I don't think you're going to see any kind of revamp of anything until September when the game relaunches. Like, theoretically, I'm sure they'll have a expansion in September. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like, I'm always interested in returning to Destiny. Like, I like that series a lot, and it's always been a game of ups and downs of, like, okay, I'll take time off here. Oh, well, there's a big expansion and a cool raid. I'll definitely keep playing. But right now, it's just a down period, and I think that's okay. I think it's okay to have that down period so people can play other games, you know, but it's just the struggle.
It off my system.
It's just the struggle of keeping the community, like the hardcore community, and you know, we've talked Destiny to death on this show, like even back in November and stuff when it was struggling then, and I hope, like, I want Destiny to succeed because I'm a fan of the game. I just, you know, I haven't played it because other games have caught my interest, and Destiny hasn't done anything to keep mine for now. So,
and I feel like I think the thing is I understand, like, that kind of game type is, like, isn't built for, you know, like a game, you know, it's not supposed to be a game where you have every single weapon unlocked right away and then you just pick and choose what you want to use. But I think that's the problem is, like, when I play, like, first person shooters, I'm a bigger fan of, like, progression, unlocking all the weapons, and then eventually you have them all unlocked, and then from there you use them all and you try to figure out what you play best with and stuff like that. And I want it to be that kind of game. I know it's not meant to be that kind of game, but
yeah,
I want to be able to use all the weapons and you know, like, find out what works best for me, and you know, and again, it's not that kind of game, but I guess part of me wants it to be, though. But
yeah, I mean, I think Destiny's gotten better. Destiny 2 has gotten better from launch. Like I enjoyed my time with it at launch. I don't think. I think the beginning content of that game is fantastic and the raid is great, but, like, the incentive to keep going hasn't been there, and that's I think what a lot of people have the issue with now is, like, so. But yeah.
Well, I haven't gotten to do a raid yet, so I don't even know what that's like, because it's so hard for me to try to you know, find people to play it with to do it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, and unfortunately, it's just something you have to, you know, work as a team to be able to do. And if you don't have a team, you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'll probably install it and check it out. But yeah, like, once I got done with that single player, I was just like,
yeah, I mean, like,
I
think it's something we talked about to do for squad goals, right? Is run through the Destiny campaigns just to run through them. But
yeah,
you know, Destiny's going to be around for a while, whether it's succeeding or not doing so well. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure we'll be talking about it in the future. So.
Well, we're going to move on to the next story for all you Fortnite players out there. Fortnite update adds to Battle Royale and saves the world.
Yay!
The newest Fortnite update adds a new item that drastically changes building in Battle Royale, as well as add new things to the game's Save the World mode. The new update adds the previously revealed Portal Fort grenade in Battle Royale, which immediately creates defensive forts for players without the need to build. Battle Royale is also getting a replay system so players can view their previous match in all sorts of different angles. There are also options for different angles in the settings to help automate that cinematic feel. The 50 vs 50 Battle Royale mode will be making a return as well, turning Battle Royale into a two-team match. Survive the World is coming back with new quest lines, XP adjustments, and adjustments to existing quests. The new quest line titled Into the Storm Opening Act is being introduced with a new map and an introduction to the new line of neon skins. Finally, currency now transfers over between Xbox One, PC, and mobile.
Yay.
Now, does Halo still do that, where you can go back and watch your maps or your matches from any direction and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
They always save like your last 5 matches, and then if you don't watch them, they delete them. But you can also keep them, I think. Like you can just store them on your hard drive if you want to keep them and edit them and do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, because that was always a fun feature. You know, I'm surprised more games didn't do that. But it sounds like Fortnite's going to be the first one to do it since Halo has.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, we're gonna move on. Banner Saga 3 is releasing July 24th with physical edition.
Great.
Banner Saga 3, the Kickstarted final episode of the Viking RPG trilogy, is releasing on July 24th. PC, Mac, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. 6 years after the Kickstarter for the original game first launched, the strategy RPG series finally finishes as players take their armies to journey beyond the Wall of Darkness. The strong narrative and character building aspect are still enforced in the third game, bringing a satisfying conclusion for fans. A physical edition will be published by 505 Games called the Banner Saga Bonus Edition for PS4 and Xbox One, which will include all 3 Banner Saga games, an art book, and a soundtrack for $39.99. And I know the Switch version, I think, is getting 1 and 2, but I think they're all digital.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are digital only for now. So, yay. Great.
Yeah. So moving on from that, Star Wars Battlefront 2 as Ewok Hunt mode.
Great.
DICE has announced a new limited time mode for Star Wars Battlefront 2 that pits stormtroopers against their greatest nemesis, Ewoks. The mode, which is part of the Night of Endor update on April 18, has the Muppet-like native Endorians ambush the hapless Imperial stormtroopers to try to survive the attack. From DICE's explanation of the new mode, in Ewok Hunt, you start as an Ewok or in a group of stormtroopers. The ambush begins as Ewoks attack unsuspecting stormtroopers using spears, with steeds, and other skills to take down their opponents. Each stormtrooper defeated spawns another Ewok, multiplying until the Empire's forces have been completely eliminated, and the Ewok celebration can begin. However, the stormtroopers' superior training and firepower are more than a match for the Ewoks. Armed with a cadre of weapons as well as flashlights to pierce the darkness, players must look back to the Ewoks' ambush if they have a hope of surviving until an extraction team can arrive. The update also coincides with the return of crystals, now limited to cosmetic items only in Battlefront 2. Being an Endor event, Endor Han Solo and Endor Leia are the 2 main costumes for this update.
Awesome. I don't know.
I just love the Ewoks. They're so weird.
Yeah, but I don't care about Battlefront 2. Like, my time to be interested in that game has passed.
That's nice.
Because like,
Yeah.
I'm too into Halo and Overwatch and PubG now. Like, I just don't. I got too many other shooters to play. I don't care if it has a Star Wars skin on it. There's better games out there. So great. But for people who like this game, great. More content. I'm glad all the content. They fixed all the trash fire that happened in November. Like, they seem to be fixing it, and like all the content seems to be free now and cosmetic loot boxes only and all that stuff. So like, I'm glad they're still supporting the game, you know, but my time has passed to even try to care about this. So, but yeah, Ewoks, they're so fluffy. They're like fluffy murder bears.
Don't they go ee like when they're running away or something?
Yeah, and then they sing the yub yub song. Yub yub.
I have. So we're going to move on to Rare Chart's content plans for Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves has been a stress point for the publisher to promote, which is Microsoft, and the sales and player numbers show how much of that has proved effective. However, its initial novelty has proven to be a sore point for its players to remain invested in the world, and developer Rare is attempting to correct course, as executive producer Joe Niat and designer-director Mike Chapman outlined in a video updating and detailing Sea of Thieves' future. The pair discussed how next month will be focused on addressing major fan feedback first, which informs how the team broaches new content down the line. Some of these design philosophies include offering more goals and rewards for exploration, more emergent events taking place during PvP and PvE, and expanding the ways players can become pirate legends and what they can do beyond the status. To gain players' continued attention, diverse weekly events are in the works that reuse mechanics and proportions of the world in new ways, granting rewards for your efforts to expose us. Beyond this goal, the first content update in May will unveil the Hungering Deep, which will encourage players to band together against a mysterious new threat. Summer will see the release of Cursed Sails and Forsaken Shores, which offers new enemy types that rock the proverbial boat. 3 more free updates are scheduled for the fall and winter. So, Jesse, what are your thoughts?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the updates, and there's some rumors and stuff going around, like about some of the new enemies and stuff. I don't know if maybe any of it was confirmed, but there's, I guess, people talking about like possible like ghost ships, like actual ships that are like that can fly or something like that you might have to like take on or you know, fight, like shoot cannons at, you know, up at the sky or something weird like that. And like I think there is also talk about there possibly being bigger ships, so you can have a group of 6 or more, you know, so like in your party. But I don't know for sure. You know, like those are all just things that I've been hearing like kind of thrown around as rumors, or just maybe wishful thinking. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm, you know, I love playing this game. I haven't played it a lot lately. You know, I've been trying to get back to it whenever I can. But yeah, I'm excited, and I just can't wait to see, you know, where this game, you know, ends up going over time, because I understand and I get it, you know, that like right now it's, you know, it can be lacking in some areas, but the game, the way it's made, it's not really, you know, supposed to be like a story driven, you know, game. It's supposed to be you teaming up with people and just, you know, trying to have fun with it. So you know, I'm just looking forward to where it goes. You know?
Yeah.
So, And yeah, it definitely needs new, like that. Like if I do have any complaints about the game, it does need more enemies for sure. But like really, that's my only major complaint is I just, I mean, it's fine going the enemies that they have, but it just would be nice to see some, some more different kinds of things that you go against.
And it seems that Rare haven't said nothing about that Twitch streamer getting Pirate Legends. So I wonder if this new version of how to get Pirate Legend, I wonder if that's a way that they can fix the problem. Because they just haven't addressed it yet. So, any thoughts, Corey? Or
I mean, this is what we thought the game was going to be, right? Where like, yeah, they released this game that everybody was like, "Whoa, it's unfinished, whatever." But like, it's a living game. They're going to add stuff to it over time, and look, the game's been out for what, a month, and they're already adding stuff to it. So like, good on them for like sticking with it and like. Well, not sticking with it, but seemingly having a game plan that every like 3 to 6 weeks they're going to be adding content to this game. So, I mean, I don't, yeah. I want to get back to Sea of Thieves, just as much as Jesse does. I just haven't. We've been doing so much other stuff that we just haven't really had the time to just sit and play games, So
right. Yeah. I've been busy at work, so with this hellish winter that we're having right now, like late, I just haven't had time. Like after work, I've been trying to play, but it's like Sea of Thieves is one of those things where you can't just be like, oh, I have a half an hour, sit down and play it. It's like no, like it takes a half an hour just to get like situated and to where you want to go to start start the raid or whatever it is that you want to do. So it's kind of like one of those things where if you don't have a good chunk of time, there's not really much you can accomplish. So
yeah, it's not like PubG or Overwatch where you can hop in for like 5 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes and be like, I feel like I got my fill and now I can go do something else, or I have to go do something else.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, we're gonna move on. We only got like 2 more stories left. Shenmue 1 and 2 are remasters coming to consoles and PC, or I should say, coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Both games will still retain their Dreamcast aesthetics, but with higher resolutions, improved textures, graphical options on PC, and an updated user interface.
So no facial animations.
Right. Players can also choose between modern and classic control setting, as well as English or Japanese dubs. The physical and digital releases are priced at $29.99.
I think they should release a USB adapter for Dreamcast controllers.
Yeah, that like I was talking in the in the chat with Ed that I watched this documentary thing about Dreamcast and how like when they made the Xbox One, it was all based off of the Dreamcast. Mm-hmm. Like what they were trying to do, they basically made a more powerful version of the Dreamcast when they made the Xbox. Mm-hmm. And then added the other the joystick and stuff like that. But
right,
like I mean, there's so many like comparisons. Like when you set them next to one another, they both have the 4 ports in the front, and like it almost looks similar in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, Dreamcast even ran on Windows Tech, so like
yeah. Them and Microsoft and Sega had like a really good relationship at that time, because they like when a lot of those Sega games that they were planning on putting on the Dreamcast, when the Dreamcast died, they right away they went to Microsoft and said, here, put these on your system. So so a lot of it's interesting, all that whole like relationship that there was between Sega and Microsoft at that time.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into our two last stories. This one is real quick. If anyone got Game Pass, you are able to play Halo: The Master Chief Collection. That is available on Game Pass. And our last story, Minecraft Switch interfaces with Microsoft's achievement system. So, this one was uncovered by YouTuber Patrick Mecca. The Xbox Live account creation process actually entitles the user to earn achievements on Switch, a development that Microsoft later confirmed to Polygon, stating, "We could confirm that Minecraft players on Nintendo Switch will soon be able to earn achievements tied to Xbox Live once the Bedrock update is released." It might be a little bit strange, but also fascinating, as Microsoft is basically doing the work for Nintendo with the unified achievement system, a feature that some Nintendo fans have been craving since the Wii. So, those are our last two stories. Any thoughts about that, guys? With Microsoft's with Master Chief Collection coming to Game Pass, or the Switch achievements or Minecraft?
I'm actually really happy that like the Master Chief Collection is coming to Game Pass, and like I know they said all first party stuff will be there eventually, but like that's such a huge project and commitment to like move all those over to Game Pass, even after like the launch, the fumbled launch and stuff. And like I think having all four of those campaigns kind of cleaned up and redone, or having those on Game Pass is awesome. So like now you can play all 5 Halo games, like the mainline Halo games there. I wonder if that package includes ODST.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I wonder.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it probably does, because
with all the updates that they have, I think once you get the game and download it, it'll do all the updates for it, so you'll get ODST and stuff.
Yeah, because they do try having the complete editions, I think, of all their games on there. So
yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, but I mean, we've talked about the Minecraft thing like 4 times today. I mean, if you want
this recording,
our Power Block expansion pack episode, we did one on this. If you want Ed and I's in-depth look on that, but I mean, I think it's cool, and I think it opens the doors for other games too that maybe Microsoft might publish in the future. Maybe might make their way to Switch someday, like smaller titles or something. So, like Cuphead, please. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, Cuphead would be a good one for sure.
Ori, both Ori games. Those would be cool. Or Banjo HD.
Ed's done with Ori.
I know. Yeah. I think Ed's still mad at me that I made him record for 6 hours tonight. Almost.
No, I'm Corey. As much as recording that we did when I came to visit you,
I know.
What would I be mad for 6?
And I'm sure, just like all of us, we all look forward to getting together and talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Playing some games.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to record Power Block on Sundays too, so we can get Jesse in it on at least one episode a week. Because like I think the 3-person dynamic on podcasts in general just works so much better than 2. Not that I don't enjoy our one-on-one time on Power Block, Ed. I just think like sometimes the conversation becomes more interesting when you have 3 people, and I mean 4 too, but like three people I think is like the magic number of podcast hosts.
It's more opinions and viewpoints.
Yeah. Well, and like when you start getting a whole bunch of people, it's like unless you're all in the room at the same time, it's really hard to to try to like jump in, like when should I even when it's 3, sometimes it's hard, but it's like like when do you jump in? Yeah. Well, and it's just it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to like when you're not in the same room to kind of like read the the timing and stuff like that in general. But
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
But everybody, that's going to be it for Arsenal X. You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code, and you can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and tune in other podcast apps. Corey, where can we find you?
You can find me at CoreyNHD on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me at various other shows here on NGR Radio, including Squad Goals and Pod and Play and Nintendo Power Block and Nerds Gone Rogue. Yeah, just check them all out. Our family of podcasts, Nerds Gone Platinum and World 112. Just give support to everybody. I think I said this a little bit on something the other day, but like it was on our Pod and Play finale recording, but like, you know, I'm really proud of not just this team, but everybody involved in NGR, and like I'm really proud of the work that we've kind of put into everything, and I'm just really proud of everybody, and like just proud of the content that we put out. You know, it's sometimes you can tell we're tired, but it's because we're putting a lot of heart and soul into what we're doing, and I think it's so much fun, you know, playing games with you guys, and we get to like talk about games on various platforms and play games and talk about games while we're playing games and games. But in all seriousness, I'm really proud of everybody, you know. So yeah, that's all.
Yes. And Jesse, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at @sub_humanist.
Awesome. You guys can find Arsenal X on Facebook at Arsenal. You can find our Facebook page there. You guys can also, I think, tweet us at, is it at Arsenal X_podcast?
Nope, just Arsenal X Podcast.
Oh, at Arsenal X Podcast. You guys can tweet us there. You can email the show at arsenalxpodcast@gmail.com. We guys want to hear what your thoughts, what you've been playing, what you think of the stories, what is any of them interesting, anything not interesting. We want to hear all of that. And also you can send your questions for expansion pack, or expansion pass. I'm sorry, or X Pass.
Both. Why not both?
Yeah, why not both? Expansion pack or expansion pass. We'd love to hear your discussion, your thoughts and questions for Nintendo.
I'm starting to think,
Microsoft.
You know, 6 months after we created these shows, that it was a bad decision to name them so close to each other. I don't know, guys. This is my opinion.
So, but that's going to be it for Arsenal X. As always, we throw up the X because we're exiting out of here. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Arsenal X.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.